What's going on, everyone? So, the Los Angeles Lakers are looking to upgrade their roster via trade this season, whether it's a star or, getting some role guys, right? There's kind of been like some reports that are like, hey, the Lakers are looking to go the depth route over the star route. I don't really believe that. I think if the Lakers can get a start, they'll get a start. It's just what the Lakers have always done. And they're also looking at this for post LeBron because they know LeBron's not going to be there forever. So I think they go the depth route and kind of pivot over in that direction, only if they're not able to get a star, which is a real possibility. Let's say Donovan Mitchell ends up opting in, right? Some other team, like even the Spurs, if they really want Darius Garland, guess what? We're not going to be able to outbid the Spurs. So he's going there. Trey, I think, is the most realistic, him and DeJounte. But let's say another team like the Pelicans end up trading for DeJounte, right? Well, now they're like, okay, well, we don't want to trade both. We just wanted to trade one. And now Lakers don't get anybody. Then I think that they pivot. But they also want to trade their 17th pick, which something I've talked about heavily. Right? And like I said, we'll still go through various 17 options and stuff because, one, it's fun to talk about. Two, there is always the possibility that the Lakers, maybe they don't find a trade. Maybe there is nothing on the table and they do end up keeping a guy. So let's explore that. But, even the Lakers, as of now, at least at the time of recording this video, they haven't even worked anybody out that could potentially be the 17th pick. Now, they've worked guys out, but they've all been for like undrafted or the 55th pick, which isn't that far removed from undrafted, right? Like you're like 5 picks away from guys that are undrafted. So all of the workouts have been for guys in the second round, which again signals even more to me that the 17th pick is more likely to be traded. The problem with that is that this draft is perceived as just not a good, deep, valuable draft. Right? Now, that's always perspective based, right? Like, so the 17th pick to one team might not be the perspective for another team, right? Like, there might be a guy that one of these teams, like, maybe Atlanta, right, is like, oh man, well, we really like this guy, but we're not taking him at number 1. But man, if we could get the 17th pick from the Lakers, I believe he'll fall 17, then we can draft him, right? So again, maybe a team like Atlanta, just as an example, maybe they actually value the 17th pick, but a team like, the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? They might look at it and go, man, there's nobody we like anywhere in this, like we don't like anybody outside of like the top 5. So yeah, like they don't value it. Maybe they look at that as like, that's might as well be the 27th pick rather than the 17th pick, right? So perception and how teams look at it. But the other big problem for the Lakers is everybody's trading their pick. Like literally, like everybody is open to trading their picks, from the Spurs, the Rockets, the Knicks, everybody, the Suns, basically everybody from number 1 to number 30 are all open to trading their draft pick. Now, obviously, value in what those teams get and whatnot. Now, I don't think everybody's going to trade their pick. Some guys are going to end up picking it, but they're at least available, right? So again, that makes it an issue because, now teams might go focus like, oh, well, instead of getting the 17th pick, I could get the 10th pick or the 9th pick or whatever, right? So that could be an issue. But the other side of that coin is this appears to be a seller market this offseason. Everybody's kind of selling. And, you have teams that are trying to sell in order to upgrade X, Y, and Z. The good thing with the seller market is that a buyer's market, like if you're a buyer, you have more options. You have more potential and possibility, right? And there's going to be a lot of these teams that are selling various pieces that aren't going to want a Trey or a Donovan, or Donovan and Trey aren't going to want them, right? They're going to be looking at, a team like San Antonio. Yeah, they might look at like a Darius Garland. They might look at a DeJounte Murray, right? But they might not want a Donovan Mitchell if he becomes available because of his age, right? Or they might not want a Trey Young because they don't believe he's a good fit, right? So the Lakers may just benefit, period, just because everyone's kind of making this push to go get all these various players. A lot of teams are looking for role guys, not necessarily a guard star like the Lakers are. A lot of these teams are going to be looking for just like, like Houston, Houston's talking to, they want a Mikal Bridges, right? They want a guy like Marcus Smart, right? They want guys that can be and come in and kind of help boost the roster better, but not necessarily that superstar, right? That doesn't mean that they might not go chase that. But the point is, like, the Lakers may benefit because there may be so many options, whether that be the depth route or the star route, or everybody kind of goes over here to get the added depth, right? Which then makes a limited market on said stars, and which the Lakers can now go jump in and acquire. Because look, if the Lakers can get a star, guess what? They're going to go get a star. It's the Lakers, right? They're not only looking at it for now and raising the ceiling slightly, right? Or potentially enough to win a championship, but they're also looking at it in the sense of like post LeBron James and to take pressure off of LeBron James over the course of the season. He's going to be age 40. He's going to be in year 22, right? He only has so many years. I do believe he stays. I do believe that he signs a new contract. I don't think he's leaving or anything like that. But also, you want to kind of get the right star, right? Like, even Trey. To me, I want the Lakers to go the star route. I just think, again, I'm not worried about the depth. They'll still have plenty of depth. And you look at all the teams that advanced and went far anyway. None of them were like 10 deep. They were all like running 6, 7 guys, on the occasion the 8th guy. But like, he wasn't a guy. He was just kind of like the cardio guy to give guys rest, right? Most of these teams aren't running a huge deep roster. You just go, especially playoff time, just going 7 or 8 guys tops deep, right? So to me, as long as your starting 5 is up and that ceiling is raised, I think you're fine. And we saw in the playoffs, right? Our role guys just vanished. That happens because of role guys. Role guys have bad games. And then it puts so much pressure on LeBron James and Anthony Davis to be great. And then if LeBron has a bad game or Anthony Davis has a bad game and these role guys don't show up like Rui and D'Lo and Reeves did in some of these games, like, then we're not winning those games. But if you get a guy like, say, a Trey, just using him as an example because I think he's the most realistic, but like, say, a Trey, yeah, like, my biggest concern with that is, does him and LeBron work? Like, can they work together? Because Trey is so used to being heavy on ball. Him and Anthony Davis is a no-brainer. Right? Like, if LeBron leaves this offseason, I think Trey makes all the sense in the world, right? Because he's a guy that I think would just make everything so much easier for Anthony Davis. I think he's a guy that can do a little bit of everything, right? Can be a little inefficient at times. But I also think he, alongside LeBron, if it works, he's had, like, so not last year, but the previous year, he shot something like 45% on like catch and shoot. And then I think the year before that, he shot something like insane, like almost a made-up number. It was like 62% on catch-and-shoot threes. Right? It was like insane. So, like, if he can kind of get back to that, right, to where he can complement and play off some. Plus, he's never played with talent like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So, point is kind of getting off track here a little bit. But, right, if you have a guy like Trey and LeBron looks gassed and winded, Trey can just go, all right, it's fine, don't worry. Give me the ball and let me go to work. Right? Let me go make this happen. Right? Let's go close this game. Right? Like, that's, to me, is why I kind of lean towards that. And then over the course of the regular season, the games that LeBron misses, Trey can just, that's his game. Go drop 50. Right? Anthony Davis misses a game. Right? Trey, LeBron, go drop 50, right? Like, it makes things more balanced rather than relying so heavily on role players. Now, if we were 27-year-old LeBron or even like 32-year-old LeBron, I'd probably feel a lot different, right? I'd probably feel much different, right? Because, I mean, even LeBron talked about how, like, you need 2 stars and a bunch of role players. But if we had 2 normal stars, right, that works for Dallas Mavericks team because Luka is like 25 and Kyrie's like, what, 32, 33, something like that, right? Like, so you can get away with that, right? You look at all these other teams, like, they all have young stars. Us, we have Anthony Davis, who he needs setup. He's not the setup guy. He needs setup. And then LeBron James, who we saw even in the Denver series just get completely gassed at times, right? So he can't carry and control. He's still an incredible talent. We're still the best version of ourselves with LeBron, but he's not that, hey, just give me the ball, I'll go win us this game. Don't worry about it. If we had 27-year-old LeBron, we would have probably won the last 4 NBA finals, right? Like, it's a different scenario. But to me, I do think that the Lakers could potentially benefit because you have this seller's market. And you have all these teams that are looking to sell and trade this and trade that and get these various pieces that, depending on what the teams are targeting, right? The Lakers could be that kind of sole team that kind of swoops in and goes, okay, well, hey, nobody's asking for Trey. They want DeJounte. They want Garland. They want all these other guys, right? We'll take Trey, right? And just even these various, or there's word that the Lakers are interested in like Zach LaVine and Al, if they can get Alex Caruso, right? Maybe you could do something like that. And because nobody's trying to buy those guys, like the Lakers can come in and go, hey, well, we'll take them, but we want something for it, right? We're taking a big risk on Zach LaVine. So I do think that there's going to be some benefits that the Lakers will gain because this is such a seller's market that I think there's going to be very limited buyers that that there's going to be enough to where, okay, this path didn't work out, we can go over here. Okay, this path didn't work out, we can go over here. This path didn't work out, we just go back over here, right? And it just opens up a lot for the Lakers. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you think like, yes, this being a seller's market, huge for the Lakers, gives the Lakers multiple options? Do you think no? Like the Lakers just aren't going to get anything. How I feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.